Hello and welcome to the How to Exit podcast. Today I'm here with Patch Baker. Patch is a serial entrepreneur, expert marketer, investor, speaker, and has acquired a unique set of skills through multiple acquisitions and business exits. His consulting clients range from Fortune 500 organizations to veteran-owned startups. Patch is a Marine Corp veteran and private security professional who turned businessman who has applied the honor, ethics, discipline, rigor, and determination required in his military life to fuel his success in business. Welcome, Patch.
Yeah,
So, how in the hell did you go from active duty Marine Corps, private security, Iraq? I mean, just a different world. I know I served that world myself, military intelligence on the Air Force side. Another story for another day. But how did you go from that space into like mergers and acquisitions and get to where you are now?
really, I tripped and fell into it. I didn't know I was going to do this. Interestingly enough, I was doing contracting work after the military, and I ended up meeting somebody that basically said, "Hey, man, I can make these videos, these really cool videos, but I don't know how to sell them." And I said, "All right, well, I can sell them. You make them, and we'll make a bunch of money." Well, ended up not going that way in the long run, and some of that was just because you can make a really great video, but you put it on a page that gets no traffic, and a Facebook that gets no traffic, and a YouTube that gets no traffic, and the first thing they say is, "Well, the videos suck. I'm not getting any sales," and that's just not actually true. Nobody got a chance to see them, and so I kind of started videos. The only thing that I knew back then was that YouTube had videos. So I went on YouTube and tried to start figuring out how to get these things ranking, and they did. And, next thing you know, people were buying second and third and fourth videos. And that's kind of how it all started. I hated the idea that winning got you the adverse of what you want. Right. And so as we started acquiring companies, and as we started, really partnering with companies, and, having this, just expanding the team, it got really, really cool for me. And I kind of found my little place in the world where I'm excited, and I remain excited because it we've gotten to somewhat of a scale, not nearly as much as I want, but we've gotten to a scale that I think we can sustain and expand upon, and that frequency really brings on new projects at a faster level. And you've got one heading to exit, and you've got one just starting out, and that just feels it's fun. It's never boring. The people that can take the first steps to get something up and running and sell it to people beyond just their local friends and family, and just address the market, take enough steps to get there, but then be able to get experts to come in and start scaling it, because you can scale that to exit way faster than I can go out and just start new businesses. And I basically, it's like a bolt on. It's like I take my team and my stuff, and I bolted on to those companies, and all of a sudden it's like, instead of them, they've got a shiny outside, looks like a Ferrari, right? Maybe it doesn't look like a Ferrari, maybe it looks like a high end Honda, but it's still on Pinto, frame. I think genuinely people are trying to be helpful, but they don't even know what they don't know in many respects. So what you're left with is a business owner that is up and coming. Let's say they've had some market penetration. They're going to people that are giving a lot of advice that is just pushing them in the wrong direction. Like, if you're going to go out and raise money, you need to have a really good P&L. You need to have a really good pro forma. You need to have a really good mission, vision, values. You need to have to, and although that stuff is cool, I would rather somebody come to me and say, "You know what? I need help. I don't know what I'm doing. I tripped and fell into this business. It took off. I'm at the spot where I'm really good at delivering the product or service, Everything beyond that, I just kind of suck at. And now it's like, okay, we're playing in a whole different world that does not follow the normal acquisition models for new customers. It does not follow the normal acquisition model for companies. It does not follow the standard of what mergers have become. And yes, there are still mergers. AT&T and Sprint, they merge. That's a merger. That's a real thing. But the name mergers and acquisitions is because it used to be only massive companies did this. And the merger part was the most important, not the acquisition part. It typically went like this. Two big companies merged together and acquired all the competition in the area. That's why they call it mergers and acquisitions. Now, there are certain fundamentals of business that you have to understand, but when you understand them, they apply to every single business. I don't care what the business is. The company needs to generate income. They have to do that through sales. They typically have more sales when they have educated sales staff and they have a good marketing system. That is just the way it is. Now, if you fundamentally understand those things from a base level, you can apply that to a bank, to a concrete company, to a food company, to a widget company, to a CPA firm, to a PR company. Like, you can apply that to every company. It's by design that every single person knows the same exact steps to get the same exact end result every single time. Well, if you start applying that to business, what you really quickly find out is that most people that are in business for any length of time, they are doing the things through memory instead of through a process. And then they say things like, well, nobody can do it in the business as good as I can, or I can't find good help, or no, what you really need to be saying is you need to take a close look at yourself and say, I'm not being a good leader. I am not developing a system and a process that other people can follow to get the same result that I get when I do it.